Hello there. It's been a minute. It's been, I guess, a couple of months now since my last video. The video where I explained the CrowdStrike issue, which I would forgive you if you hadn't seen because no one watched it. A video that did get watched, however, and is still being watched by many of you, is the video I did about, software engineering, whether it's too late or not to become a software engineer, whatever the title was. It's sort of something like 55k views and counting, or something around there, maybe higher than that. Which is a bit mad. A lot of you subscribers have subscribed in the past, I guess, couple of months. I think I've come off the back of that video as well. I guess more than half of you. So thanks for sticking around, I guess. But yeah, I haven't really been making much videos since that video, really. There's been a couple, but not a huge amount. Definitely less than I was planning to make, and I still want to make videos going forward, obviously. This video is not announcing my I'm closing down the channel or whatever. I'm stopping. I'm not doing anymore. It's far from the case. I still want to make YouTube videos and things like that. But I've been a little bit conflicted recently for a couple of reasons, and I kind of want to go over what's been going on in this video. But there's a couple of other factors as well as to why I've not been making videos, not just, conflicting feelings on what videos I want to make. It's more other kind of circumstantial things as well that I kind of want to, talk about and also not talk about quite yet, but well, we'll get into it. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, of course, then a lot of this might not necessarily be relevant to you, but if you want to, by all means, stick around. This channel is basically just a channel where me, Steve-O, goes over his journey into tech. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person, but here we are. My journey into tech. I'm a self-taught software engineer. And I've been doing this about sort of 4 years or so now. And I basically just made this sort of channel as a sort of like a public diary of sorts, to talk about my thoughts, feelings, opinions about various things in the industry, and some things I'm seeing, some experiences I've had, and other stuff. It's kind of vague at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, that's kind of part of what this video is about. So yeah, if you like that sort of thing, of course, and you want some kind of perspective, I guess, from someone who is new to the industry relatively, but also from a non-technical background, then by all means stick around. You might get something out of it. But yeah, moving on into the video. So that video about becoming a software engineer, and whether it's too late to do that or not, of course, got a lot of views and a lot of good feedback and things like that, and it seemed to help a good few people. There was another camp of people though where it sort of it kind of invited a certain type of person that would use that as a means of fuel for the fire of the never-ending debate, basically, of whether it is in fact too late to become a software engineer. That's not exactly what the video was meant to do. It was more to try and answer some of those questions for those unsure, right? But what a lot of people tended to do was latch onto that subject matter, and use that to, I guess, project their own opinions and debate. Let's call it debate within the comments. There are various sort of viewpoints and things, which is absolutely fine. To be fair, let's not dismiss doing that. Of course, like that's absolutely fine, and I like to see different opinions and debate and things like that. But the video it took away from the video a little bit eventually, as people kept watching and watching and watching, and they're still watching, and these kind of arguments, and some of them are getting a bit away from what the original point or intent of the video was now. It's kind of made me come to the conclusion where I kind of realize I don't want my channel to become a debate channel about hot topics and hot takes and things like that in the industry, and neither do I want to necessarily be covering I guess topical news either. I know I did a little bit on that, but the more I think about it recently as well, the reception to both that and these sorts of controversial opinions and topics within the industry right now, these kind of topics, I guess, aren't really giving the value I feel like I want to give, right? That's not really, I guess, wasn't really the original intent of this channel, to do that. I don't feel as though they're helping people at that point. I think they're starting to sow more doubt once they get to that stage, especially when they get watched by so many people. I feel like it kind of raises more questions then, when people start throwing their opinions around and things. And like I said, it's absolutely fine to do that, but and there is places for that for sure. But I don't think I'd want to be the channel that facilitates that necessarily. I want to be a place where basically a place of learning, right? I want to give opinions and thoughts here and there, obviously, but I want them, I guess, to be a bit less topical, a bit less, I guess, clickbaity, right? I don't want to be talking about the stuff that I guess everyone's talking about, because while it is just another opinion in the sort of the field of many opinions, it's not really having the effect I guess I wanted it to have. Of course, I could be wrong on this, and let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong on this and want to hear my opinion on the sort of hot topics of today, but in the tech industry. But I feel like I really need to maybe lean more into maybe more specific niche and scenarios that are specific to me and my career, I guess, to lend a more personal perspective, right, on like things like anecdotal kind of stuff that might actually help and inspire other people, right? And that's kind of how this channel started, I guess, with me talking about like my journey into tech and stuff like that. It kind of went away from that as a sort of, I guess, a means to try and get some eyes on the channel, but also just for other things to talk about. And that these were questions on my mind, like everyone's been thinking about these sorts of things recently as well. So I did want to talk about them, of course. It is sort of getting further and further away from, I guess, why the channel originally started. So, long story short, I want to try and move away from that kind of stuff a little bit. I still want to, hear from you guys in the comments, your various sort of experiences and opinions and things. I want to learn from them as well, as much as I want to, share that with you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn from stuff that I've done and witnessed and experienced as well. That's the idea, right? So I don't want to take away from that, but I just don't want it to become one of those endless threads of just debate, arguments, and controversy, right? It kind of descends to name calling eventually, especially when there's so many people doing it. And it gets to a point where it's not really helping anyone anymore. And that's not what I want to be doing. There was a couple of comments on the video that was, I guess, almost suggesting that I might be trying to, incite this kind of stuff, which is far from what I was trying to do. I very much was trying to do the opposite, I guess, and, answer some of these questions, right? But all it kind of did was sow more doubt for a lot of people. So, basically, I kind of just want to avoid that going forward. And I've been trying to think about, I guess, how I want to do that and what specifically I want to talk about that will be more helpful, I guess, to maybe not everyone, but like certain individuals. And hopefully those people will be able to see those videos now as well, because the channel's been getting a little bit more traction in the last few months. And that would be good for everyone, hopefully. So aside from that, it's not just that. Obviously, there's a couple other reasons as well, which I kind of want to mention just real quickly. Basically, I've been doing a lot of sort of personal learning and stuff recently, so a bit of personal development and things. So I've been taking some time to sort of do that as opposed to doing this, which I guess I won't go too much into, because it's a variety of things that I can and can't talk about at the moment. One thing that I specifically can't talk about at the moment, but will eventually make a video on, is an app or a product that I'm currently working on. It's very much a passion project of mine that I started quite recently, and hopefully I'll be releasing it to the public at some point. I don't want to mention it just yet because it's kind of early days, but I've been working a bit on that, and that's been taking some time as well. So I just wanted to mention it, and just to, I guess let you know, watch this space, and hopefully you'll be hearing about that shortly, and hopefully something that some of you can make use of. It's again kind of a niche thing that I personally wanted to see. It's not a lot of examples of it in the market that I found particularly useful, so I wanted to make my own, version of it. Right, that's what any good personal project, I guess, should be, and yeah, a little bit of a niche thing, but hopefully really helpful to some of you. So yeah, like I said, watch this space. You'll hopefully be hearing about that in the coming months. And yeah, aside from that, that's kind of it. I do plan on making some more videos shortly. There's one I've got planned, which is going to take a bit more time, research, and some scripting and things like that, because I want to put a bit of effort into it. Specifically because it talks about quite a serious subject that's quite personal to me. Don't want to give it away too much, but it's very much focused on, I guess mental health, right? And working in tech and things like that. It's not what you think. It's not so much burnout and things like that, because I've kind of talked about that already a little bit. It's slightly different. I won't spoil it too much. I'll wait and you'll see it when it comes out. But yeah, aside from that, that's kind of it for me today. Let me know if there's anything you want to see specifically from me, given the kind of stuff I want to talk about. There might be something I've not thought of that might be quite applicable to this channel and the style of this channel. So, if there's anything in particular you want to, hear from me about, and, if you've got any questions, then by all means ask away. Something like a Q&A video actually might not be off the cards if I get enough questions. So, yeah, like ask away. If there's anything I can help anyone with, then please let me know. Any videos you want to see from me, anything specific, just, let me know. Don't be shy. I'm open to anything and everything as long as it's helpful to people, right? And yeah, if you are interested in this sort of thing, if you're stuck around this long, of course, and I suppose you might be, so like and subscribe. And hopefully I will see you very shortly in the next video. Bye for now.